field specialist. How do you create this learning organization in your life and for your professional needs? So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And my first thing is to look beyond your doors and to see what's out there. Take a look around and create your own learning community. And this can be an online community, it can be an in-person community, or a blend of both. So how do you do this? Well, finding communities of practice is one way. And a community practice is a group of people who share an interest or profession, and they get together and they share ideas and they share experiences so that they all learn from each other. So it's kind of a peer-to-peer learning environment. Some examples of communities of practice that I've been involved with are WALT, which is for Washington State. It's the Washington Library Trainers. And we are part of the Washington Library Association. And we meet regularly. We meet in person quarterly. We have additional meetings online where we exchange ideas. And we also have book discussion groups online. It's a great organization, and we can get together and talk about training issues. There's also one for the youth services staff in our state called Chaos, and that brings all the children's and young adult services people. And their motto is Chaos Rocks, and they really do. They're a fabulous group. And there's also one for reference librarians. So those are some examples in Washington. At the national level, how many of you are members of the Learn Roundtable? I know we have some here. That's a great organization. Yay for Learn. And I'm a member myself. And this group meets sometimes at conferences, and then they also keep up online in regular meetings. And so there are other interest groups out there and roundtables. So I invite you to explore and find your own. So this is the time when you guys get to see who's awake. So how do you personally learn? And I will just have you can raise your hand for 1 to 5 of these, however many fit, or you can stand up if you need a stretch. So how many of you like self-paced with structure? All right. Information gathering from a variety of sources. Great. How about live instructor-led courses? Now these can be both online or in person. Does it make it? Who prefers online? In person. All right. Or a combination of both. Okay, then we have a combination of self-paced and live instruction with strong curriculum. All right. And then finally, learning from colleagues in an informal environment. Great. So that's wonderful. So once you know your personal learning style, that will help you to find the right community of practice and the right groups. In the library world, we are lucky. We have a resource called Web Junction, which Beth and Kathleen are from. And on Web Junction, you can find beyond just the level of a community for librarians, you can find communities for rural and small libraries, for outreach to Spanish-speaking customers, and various other communities through Web Junction. And Web Junction is free. You can get a membership for free on webjunction.org. Also, Google and Yahoo and several other places have opportunities to either join an existing group or to create your own. You can always create your own community of practice if it doesn't exist out there. And they provide ways to share documents and discussion lists. So what are the resources? And I invite you all to think about a very important resource, which is the people in your community. And do we have any other statewide training coordinators in this room? Oh, good. We have some hiding in the back. So find out if there's a training coordinator for your state or a training contact. I know many states have these, and they can be a valuable resource for putting you in touch with people that will fit into your community of practice. And if you want help finding your training coordinator, feel free to email me. My contact's on your handout and also on our presentation, which will be on the website. Also, your state associations. Washington is very fortunate to have a very strong association, the Washington Library Association. And how many of you participate in your state associations? Great. So they're a wonderful way to really tap into the valuable resources that are there for you at the state level. And recently, the Washington Library Association hired a program coordinator, who I saw sneak in here, who is available as a resource to our state for continuing education and helping people find groups to work with. And we have 2 annual conferences. One is the General Conference for Washington Library Association, and then there's another one that is for support staff, which they put on themselves, and they do a fabulous job of creating a conference to meet their needs. So other examples out there of how you can build your own learning environment, learning organization. Taking advantage of what's free out there. Each month I send out a listing of free training opportunities in Washington and online. There's a lot of free webinars nowadays. And I got this was not my idea. I freely admit that I got this idea from my colleague in Wyoming, who told us all about how he sent out monthly free training events. So now I do the same, and several other states do. So look for those opportunities, and you can also go directly to the sources, which I will talk about a little bit more in a minute. So when you're creating a personal learning environment, if you don't want something too structured, remember the internet has many, many opportunities for you to find and learn all the time, including places like YouTube. It's not just fun videos, there's actually some content on there now. And Common Craft, if you've ever looked at Common Craft and you wanted to find out more than you ever wanted to know about a wiki, you can find it on Common Craft. And we've talked a little bit about Web Junction, and I once again say that's a great resource. Also, this PowerPoint will be up on the PLA website, so you can actually go and get these URLs by clicking on them. They're all live links. And also remember to keep up on your professional reading, library journal, or whatever resources, and a lot of these are now available online. Also, well, you're here at PLA, so you're obviously familiar with ALA, and check out the divisions and roundtables. And also your state associations. And I'm sure there are other ideas out there. And if you guys have ideas for me, please let me know. I'm always wanting to learn. So just a quick recap of some of the resources. And also I wanted to mention a couple others. There's TechSoup for Libraries, offers a lot of great webinars on technology. And InfoPeople is based out of California. And they have free webinars and low-cost courses that you can take online. And they cover just an amazing array of subjects. Everything from creating a staff day, to reference skills, to team spaces, and everything in between. And then there are places like Amigos, Lyrasis, and VCR, who probably have booths out in the exhibit hall, and they are a great resource and really help support libraries. And Common Knowledge does a lot of social networking and how to use that in business, which can extend over into how to use it in libraries. And then Northwest Central is a uniquely Northwest resource, but it's expanded over the years. It started in Portland. It's a free website that is a training house, a clearinghouse for trainings, so people can post free and cost training and CE events so that everyone can share in what's available. So now that I've had a chance to share a little bit about connecting with others, I'm going to hand this over to Kathleen to talk to you about change.